Welcome back to the Surf and Turf podcast. Jimmy, I'm Chicken. How's it going, everyone? Hey, I actually wrote stuff down on my phone because I always forget what we're going to talk about on this dumb podcast, man. And you know more than anyone. You forget all the time, bro.
Yeah, dude. Literally at the end of last week, we got done recording. I was like, "Oh, that's what I want to talk about," and it's something that I've been wanting to tell Chicken about, but I've been not telling him because I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna save it for the podcast."
Save it for the pod.
And literally, I have a reminder. The papers are for it are on the bed next to me. That after the podcast, I got up and looked at them. I was like, "Oh, are you kidding me?"
Dang. Well, we'll have to get into that. First of all, how was your week, man? Anything crazy?
No, not too much. It snowed.
Dude, we got some snow too. Actually, on the way to our OB appointment. It's weird going to the doctor every week after, she's still in like her third trimester. After 36 weeks, it's like weird. It's like 4 weeks of just like the baby's basically grown full capacity, but it's like whenever you go into labor is kind of like a toss. But unfortunately, we found out he's still breech, so no labor for my wife, C-section. But if you're a religious person, pray for us. Definitely need it. So it's not, you don't want. No one wants to have surgery. Like no one like wakes up and it's like, oh hey, I want to get cut open today. So, but yeah, pretty decent week.
That's good.
Work is always work, but yeah. So maybe we should just get right into it. You want to read what I had to say? I messaged it to my wife because I didn't want to forget. This is what I said. Stuff for the podcast, farts, TikTok game, and that's it. That's literally all I wanted to talk about. Farts and the TikTok game.
Okay.
I'll go. The farts thing is interesting because we were talking about this and I didn't realize, because it kind of goes along with surgery. Because one of my biggest fears in life is getting a colonoscopy. That is like legit one of my biggest fears because it's such a routine thing, but I don't want someone shoving a tube up my butt. Like, that's just weird. So
For sure.
I kind of fear getting a colonoscopy, but I'm like, by the time I probably need one, they'll have technology that like we won't have to do that anymore. Like, do you disagree?
Yeah, no. My parents said that it's the best nap of their life. After the colonoscopy, you have like the best nap of your life, and a lot of people say that.
Really?
Yeah, because you're like all cleaned out and you just feel so good.
Oh my gosh.
Because you have to drink like a bunch of stuff to make you like use the bathroom.
Yeah,
so that there's
it's like a laxative basically. Yeah, but
so they said that and a lot of people say like after colonoscopy is the best nap of your life.
That's interesting. Maybe I'll keep that in mind. But
and it's kind of nice because it's like everything's done.
Oh yeah.
Like it's all over with. You don't have to do anything but just nap.
Basically, yeah. Now they're
not going to get a colonoscopy every week so that they can have a good nap.
Oh, bruh. Imagine. No, but how this goes along with farts, because I'm obviously not sure. Apparently you have to stay in the hospital until you fart. Because
really?
like they have to make sure like everything's back in like order, like they didn't
colonoscopy.
Yeah, like because it's pretty invasive. Like they want to make sure like everything's back in order. But I guess like you pass gas a lot easier, maybe. Because I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, I don't fart that often. Like
I do, and I get these spurts where they just go, and I just I was at Chipotle the other day. And I felt bad behind because I just cropped up. They were waiting for rice, and I crop dust all of them.
Oh,
like 5 times. And you walked up the line, I was farting the whole way down the line.
Bro.
And I was like, yo, this is before Chipotle. Just imagine after.
Just imagine. Bro. Because like I was thinking to myself, like sometimes I fart like once a day, like twice a day. Like how many times you fart in a normal day? Like, come on. Like, I don't keep track of that. But if I had to sit in the hospital and wait until I fart, man, I could be there for hours. Something's got to be like different though.
Order Taco Bell.
Yeah, really. Maybe they make you eat like Taco Bell or something. That'd be funny. Yesterday, dude. Okay, so and where I work, there's like a big office block. You know, we got cubicles and stuff. And yesterday I just was not feeling the greatest. So my stomach was just like making, all those noises and stuff. And literally on Fridays, most people don't work. Yesterday was my last Friday working. You know, I'm taking Fridays off indefinitely. And it was me and literally one other person in this probably 50 people probably sit in this office block. Me and one other guy in there, and it's a guy literally right next to me. Literally, everyone else was out, and the guy right next to me is just listening to me like, and I'm just like, bruh. And then I, let out a couple, and then stinking up the place. I was like, dang, I feel bad for this guy, but whatever. Bro, this guy chews like he's eating nails, dog. Like all the time he's like eating, he's like, and I'm like, bro, it drives me literally nuts. I have to put in headphones. Like I can't, I cannot do it.
That's like my biggest pet peeve is eating noises, which my dad thinks is funny because I apparently make like a bunch of eating noises.
Yeah, but you never hear your own. You only hear other people's,
I was at a game night and there was this girl eating sour straws.
Sour straws?
Yeah, they're like kind of like Sour Patch Kids, but there's like a.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I had some too. She would eat the straw. She'd take a little piece off, and she'd sit there going.
Oh dang!
Everyone,
and smacking her lips. Yeah,
nuts,
bro. That sounds terrible. That sounds awful. Okay, I said my one thing. I'll say my other thing later. What's yours? What is this dying information that we have to know?
I got a letter in the mail.
Oh gosh. How often do people get letters in the mail? Not often.
From the Common Court.
The Common Court?
And was like, oh, please be it was like one of those things like, please be jury duty, please be jury duty, please be jury duty. Because it was like, what other thing could be coming from the county court?
That's true. That is true.
Jury duty is probably the best option.
Yeah, that is true.
And so I've been summoned for jury duty.
Bruh. Yo, I've always wanted to do jury duty.
Everyone was like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, I'm kind of interested to see what it's like. I've always kind of wanted to do it once.
Yeah.
And people normally only get summoned once or twice their entire life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
So I'm like, yo, but it happens to be February 13th is when I have to go in.
Oh, jeez.
And I was going to go spend some time with my family.
Yeah.
That week. So
now you're like,
gotta go to jury duty.
I gotta serve my state. Nah, that sucks, bro.
But yeah, I kind of I've been trying to think of what I hope it is. I don't want it to be something boring. But then again, I don't want it to be something that I have to make one that's that's did he do it or did he not? I want it to be something that's interesting, but very clearly the person did it,
Yeah.
Because if I choose wrong, I could put an innocent person in jail.
Yeah, but
but
it's not the first time, dude. That's awesome, actually, bro. I'm kind of jealous. I'm not gonna lie,
dude. It's gonna be when it's all said and done. I can talk about it. That's the other thing. I kind of hope it's something really interesting.
Yeah.
So when it's all said and done, we got material for the podcast.
Oh my gosh. Bro, so here's the thing. I only know one person that's been summoned. Actually, no, I know two. One of my coworkers was summoned a couple weeks or a couple months ago, and he actually got COVID from it, which was unfortunate.
Ooh.
And then my stepdad has been summoned twice, but both times that he got summoned, he had an affiliation with the person or something, because you can go and. Luckily,
they won't choose you.
Yeah, because you might be or they might just not choose you, but the likelihood of you being affiliated with a person is probably pretty low,
Yeah.
Because you're not native to that area, but then each party, the defendant and then the prosecution can choose like I don't remember 2 or 3 people that they can just be like, I don't want them. I don't want them. I don't want them. So it's
Yeah.
possible. I don't know. But it's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Bro,
Yeah, like I'm like, if I go in, I hope I get picked,
bro, I'm a little jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, yeah. But it was like one of those things. I was like, I got the letter in the mail, and I was like, please be jury duty, and not like I'm being sued.
You're being like audited by like the IRS.
Yeah.
That'd be even worse. Oh my god. Jury.
But that
duty.
was like, I got like a while ago, I got a letter from the IRS, and was like, oh crap.
Yeah. I remember
But
that.
it was a stimulus check.
It was a stimulus check, and you're just like, oh, that was close. Rip. Anyways,
But
that's actually pretty
yeah,
cool. Dude.
so
Jury
yeah,
duty.
it'll be. I mean, I was like, I gotta tell him like soon, because like we're getting to that point that like we might like your baby could come at any moment. I'm like, I can't hold this information forever. I gotta tell him this week.
Imagine like you just go and you're just you're like, oh, sorry, I'm not gonna be on like these couple days. Like I'm just gonna be busy. Because like it'll take most all day. It'll take probably all your day.
Really? Like into the evening? I would think it'd be
No,
done by
not
5.
into the evening. It'll end at like 5, but like most people, you'll have to go home and like be like, I gotta make up some time. Maybe not make up a bunch of time at work, but if you have like
Yeah,
activities in the evening for church or something, or
true, yeah.
like you're gonna have to go home and do that kind of stuff. But
True.
dude, that's dude, I'm actually jealous. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm literally jealous because I've always wanted to do jury duty. Because
My dad's been summoned once. And when he was summoned, he was picked to be on 3 different juries.
jeez.
But he had a prior obligation for all 3 days.
Oh my gosh.
Like he was gonna be out of town.
Yeah, he was just gonna be
And so he was
away.
excused. My mom's been summoned once, but she was summoned for the wrong county.
Oh my gosh.
With where we grew up, that was a kind of an issue.
Yeah, that was. Oh my gosh, we grew up like on the county line basically.
My dad went to get his permit to carry permit to carry,
Yeah.
and they said that they couldn't give it to him because he didn't live in that county. And he was like, "Yes, I do." And they're like, "No, you live in this county." He was like, "No, I don't. I live in this county."
Yeah, bro, we lived like right on the county line. Like
I had
literally.
my history teacher and my geography teacher argued with me that I had to live in the other county because if I lived in the city that we grew up in, if I grew up in the borough, all of that borough was in that other county. And I was like, no, it's not.
That's false. Yep.
And so he finally Googled it and he was like, oh, there is a little sliver that's in both the borough and the county.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you see that little sliver? That's my house.
Yeah, it's oh my gosh, it's like the tiniest sliver. It's probably
It's
like
it was like the block I grew up on.
yeah, it's literally like the block you grew up on. It's like probably like a couple acres of land. Like it's not a lot.
No.
Oh,
I happen to be in that little section.
yeah, because my grandma and grandfather were in the same section.
Yeah, you're right.
And they were in the borough. In the borough.
And we grew up not like walking distance to each other.
Yeah, but
but you weren't in the borough.
we weren't in the borough. No, it was like the street behind us started the borough. It was weird, bro.
Well, that's like my parents live on the same property as the church,
Yeah, that's weird.
but the church is a different city.
Really?
Yeah, I've never told you that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, the church is. So without trying to dox us,
I
the church is
I got
like
it.
that
Yeah.
main town.
Yes, yeah. I got it.
My parents are
Yeah.
the
I got it.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I got
yeah.
that. No, that's weird. Because
Which is really, I hated it when I lived with them because the church was a polling place.
yeah.
But since
Oh, that's right. It was.
the city line went
Yeah.
right through the property,
It did. Yeah.
we had to go vote somewhere else.
Yeah. Imagine literally being right next, because we were right down the street from the polling place I grew up at.
Oh, okay.
It was right down the street across from the trailer park.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I only voted once there, but I just walked there. Like I literally walked down the street and just
Yeah, I
walked back.
voted at the firehouse.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I can't imagine being that close to a polling place.
Yeah, and my dad, like, is working in the polling place all day because
Yeah.
like he works at the church.
Yeah.
Then he has to like go home and then drive like 15 minutes to go vote.
Dang.
Which is kind of the same for me. When it's election day, I have to go and sit in the church because they always want someone from the church there all day.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to like leave the church to then go where I need to vote because I don't live in the same precinct as the church.
Interesting.
But
No, that makes sense.
I'm driving like 10 minutes to go to church.
Oh yeah. I mean,
So where I vote's a lot closer to where I live.
yeah, really. Yeah.
But it's not the fact for my parents. My parents live a lot farther from the polling place.
Bro,
And it's literally like it's the same property.
100 feet, man.
The same people the people who own the church own their like the church owns their house.
Own the house, yeah. No, that makes sense.
So it's the same property.
Your parents pay tax on that house?
I don't know how that works.
How does that work? Is it kind of just like an apartment where they just you don't like when you live in an apartment, you don't pay property tax, but you pay like rent. But your parents wouldn't pay rent.
I'm probably sure the church just pays the property tax.
And like the church pays like the rent, if you will.
Yeah.
Like there's not actually rent, but you know what I mean.
Well, also clergy housing is tax exempt.
Oh, clergy housing is tax exempt?
Yeah, I don't pay taxes on the money I pay rent in.
Oh, maybe there's not. Maybe there isn't property tax then.
So when I do my tax return, I claim what I pay in rent every month as clergy housing.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
And that money doesn't get taxed.
Interesting. Bro.
Yep.
Taxes are so weird, and we're coming up on that time too.
But there's a lot of tax benefits for being clergy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
So
like so many. There's
so that's probably it's probably a lot different with like the parsonage because it's clergy housing.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. Why there's so much tax exemption for like pastors' housing and.
Hey, don't argue it.
You're just like, yeah, man. Don't argue it. I want to keep it, man.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to lose my clergy housing.
That's true. Well, the other thing I wanted to talk about, I just said TikTok game. I've been, those stupid ads on TikTok with like the dumb games where people like.
I downloaded one this week.
What was it called?
I was telling you about it yesterday. It's called NBA All World.
Oh, that was one of the TikTok games?
I saw it on TikTok, yeah.
Bro, what I downloaded was called Survivor.io. And it's actually kind of cool.
I've played that before, I think.
Like it's the one where like you're like a little like person and like you gotta kill like zombies and stuff.
Wait, hold on. I think I downloaded it but never actually got into it.
Survivor.io. But like the commercials.
Oh no, it's Last Fortress.
Oh, okay. Like so this one, like, those dumb TikTok commercials where it's like they play the game like so wrong and you're just like, how are you this bad? So you like basically download it so you can play it, and then you're like, okay, this is stupid. Play it for like a half hour and you're like, okay, this is dumb. This one was actually like the ad was like this guy going around to people on the street and being like, hey, have you heard of this game? And they're like, no, and he's like, oh, would you consider yourself like a gamer, like a really good gamer? And they're like, oh yeah. And then they play it and they like lose, and they're like, oh wow, that was really hard. And so I downloaded it and I played it like for like a solid like week or two. I play it every once in a while still, but I'm like, dang, this TikTok game is actually pretty good. You heard it here, Survivor.io, not a sponsor yet. Hey, if they want to sponsor me, I'll take it. I'd make a video.
Yeah, this NBA All World, I saw it and it was a game that was like, yeah, this one's for a walk. It was like one of those ads, just like, yeah, this one's for a walk. And I went for like a half-hour walk. I walked like a mile, and I encountered like LeBron, Steph Curry, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool looking." Like it's like I was like, I wonder how like good it will actually be because it looks like a knockoff of like Pokemon Go. And then I like went to like download the app, and I was like, "It's made by the same people."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna give this a try." It's really fun. Like you encounter, it's just the Pokemon Go, but like, when you encounter them, instead of catching them, you have to like beat them in like a 3-point contest or like
Oh,
different
okay.
like mini game. And
That's
if
kinda
there are
cool.
if the higher level you are, the higher level players you can recruit to your team.
That's kinda cool.
So like I'm level 4 and like level 20 is LeBron James.
Dang, bruh. LeBron James. And I literally said that like 50 times last night when you told me about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But hey, this is the season for sports, man. This is like when all
It
the
is.
sports are coming out. Like tonight, I mean, the day of recording this is Royal Rumble, not when we release it. But
When we release tomorrow will be the Pro Bowl
tomorrow's the Pro Bowl?
when we release
Oh,
this.
when we release it, duh. I was thinking, I was like, wait, tomorrow's not the Pro Bowl, dude. Tomorrow's the conference championship. But you're right. Next week when we release it, who do you think is going to the Super Bowl first? Give me your expert
Eagles,
opinion.
Bengals.
Eagles and Bengals. You think? What's
That's
the
what I
score?
want.
What's the score?
Ooh, are the Eagles Bengals Super Bowl? Or
Yeah. Eagles Bengals Super Bowl. What are you putting on? How much money are you putting on sports book?
None. Although it just became legal in Ohio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was illegal to sports bet in Ohio.
Oh, you
until
told me about
January
that.
1st.
Dang. Now
And
you
I
can.
get so many. Talk about TikTok commercials.
It's like it knows.
So many. Hey, Ohio, sports betting's now illegal. There's Kevin Hart has one.
What?
Murr from Impractical Jokers has
Oh
one
my gosh.
for DraftKings, and there's so many. It's like, hey, Ohio, it's time to sports bet.
That's kind of funny though.
But I don't gamble, so no money will I be putting on it.
But Cleveland and Philly.
Cincinnati.
Or Cincinnati. Rip me. Cincinnati and Philly. I mean, I could see it.
Who do you have?
I don't know. I think the Chiefs will take the Bengals. I think Mahomes is like a little
He's
salty.
hurt.
Oh, that is true. You don't think he'll play tomorrow?
He might, but he's not healthy.
He's not healthy. That's true. You're probably right. It probably will be Philly and Cincinnati. Bro, I told you about this earlier. I kind of want Philly to win because I just want to see like the reason why I want to see how many people don't come into work the day after. Because I live close enough to Philly that like people here are like pretty diehard Philly fans. Philadelphia sports teams fans. When I say Phillies, like I'm feel like I'm talking about the baseball Phillies. Yeah, I want to see how many people don't come into work. Like that's literally what I want to see because I work literally like 20 miles from Philly, and I really think that a lot of people won't come in if Philly wins. A lot of people won't come in on money because they're just gonna be like getting lit after the game, like woo, yeah, woo, climbing light poles and stuff, But yeah, I kind of want Philly to win. I don't know.
Did you ever say what's the day after the podcast?
Yeah, Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I didn't. Today is the Royal Rumble though, because that's the start of the WWE season. It's not really the start. They always say it's the start of the road to WrestleMania that starts with the Royal Rumble. So it's like this is like basically like the playoffs of WWE, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That basically
everyone's fighting for a spot at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that basically just build to like WrestleMania. Which The Rock, maybe? The Rock at WrestleMania? I don't know. It's possible.
My question is, how healthy is Logan Paul's knee?
Bro, yeah, Logan Paul versus John Cena is like a real thing. But the thing is,
because I was thinking about this, because you had asked, like, I haven't been watching WWE, and you talked about maybe doing like predictions for the Rumble.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I need to like do some. I need to watch last week's Raw to see like who is like in it now because I haven't watched it in so long. And I was like, I wonder if Logan Paul's knees healthy. Because imagine he comes running out.
It's possible that he might be in it. It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. Like, because really, you like at the Royal Rumble, like in the actual Rumble match, you can just be like half healthy because half the time, like you're not really like fighting. Like you're just kind of just like, you know, like throwing like fake punches like in a corner somewhere while like two people like actually like go at it in the center. So like I could see John Cena and Logan Paul being in it and them like starting that feud to like WrestleMania, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
But
Speaking about
I
Paul
don't know.
brothers and WWE stars, I saw people are talking about, you know, we talked about it on the podcast, how Jake Paul is trying to do MMA.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
I saw something about like who could he fight to like get started? Because like he's probably not going to go up. Like boxers aren't going to go up against him
Oh
probably.
no. No.
And MMA guys will destroy him.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And so people were like, what would be a fair fight? Someone who's kind of like has a wrestling background, is like has like the and then other people who'd be like his skill level, they don't have the name to fight him.
Oh yeah.
And the person people are talking about that I now want to see is Jake Paul, CM Punk.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
In an MMA fight.
Yeah, because he was in MMA for like what, like a match basically, or like two.
Yeah, so he has similar experience.
Yeah.
He has the name.
Yeah, he does. That is a good name. He's not in AEW anymore either. He
just dropped out of AEW, so he's out of a contract.
Yeah, bro. I could see it. That would be a good one.
Yeah.
I think, dude, I kind of like that actually. That's a clutch thing.
You'd watch it.
I probably would watch it just for the hype behind it. But I mean, yeah. Hey, I think Logan will be in the Royal Rumble. I really do. Not to cut from your conversation.
He really wants to do something at WrestleMania because it's on his birthday.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
That's the other thing is what are they gonna do with like? There's got to be some jokes.
Yeah.
WrestleMania is on April Fool's Day.
Oh. What if it's just not in Hollywood? That's just in April. It's just not in Hollywood. It's just some random place. It's in Dollywood. Yeah.
Huh? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Wait, what did you say?
I said it's in Bollywood.
Oh, I said Dollywood. Close enough.
Oh.
Close enough.
Isn't there like Hollywood's like not in California?
Yeah, basically.
It's like in Hollywood, like Idaho.
Yeah. And then Dollywood is just like what is her first name?
Dolly Parton?
Yeah, Dolly Parton. Oh, duh. Dolly Parton's like theme park in Tennessee.
Yeah.
But that'd be funny. I didn't realize it was on April Fool's Day.
Yeah, which is Logan Paul's birthday.
I think he'll be in the Rumble, and I think whoever he flips over is who he'll feud with going forward to WrestleMania.
You think he'll have him flip over John Cena?
If John Cena's in it, I could see it. Oh my gosh, yeah. Or vice versa. John Cena will flip him over, and then he'll be like, bruh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't see that starting the feud as much as Logan Paul flipping John Cena over.
Oh yeah, I mean I agree.
Like everyone would expect John Cena to win.
Yeah, no, I agree. Typically, that's what happens. Like little things like this at the Royal Rumble is like what starts feuds.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I really think I think what's his name will be. I think Cody Rhodes will win because this is supposed to be his first match back, and you know they're trying to push him. So I think Cody Rhodes will win, but I think Logan Paul will be there.
Logan Paul wins fights.
If Logan, no, because the only way I could see that happening is if they gave the championship, because I've heard a lot of rumors that they want to split the championships back up again, but they don't want Roman Reigns to necessarily lose, so they were gonna like kind of just like strip him of one of the championships, because they won't put Logan Paul against Roman Reigns again, just
No, I was
because.
joking about him winning.
I mean, it's possible.
Oh, The Rock.
The Rock, baby.
Because that's my WrestleMania prediction.
You think The Rock's gonna come back?
I think The Rock is the guy to take the belt off of Roman Reigns.
I agree. I just don't know if it's gonna be this WrestleMania or not. It could be.
I could see.
Could be.
I could see them stripping one of them from him and giving it to someone, and then Cody Rhodes fights that person.
That's what
And
I'm
then-
thinking is gonna happen.
And then The Rock is like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of you like dragging our family name and like
Yeah, that's
talking all this
yeah.
stuff about acknowledge me. I ain't acknowledging you.
Yeah.
This is bigger than you. And then he beats him.
Yeah, that's exactly what would happen.
And in Young Rock, Roman Reigns is like a little kid and he tries to wrestle The Rock, and The
Yeah.
Rock says that's a fight big enough for only, or so big that it can only happen at WrestleMania.
Basically. Nah, there's like I've read articles about it, and it's basically like there's only like 3 people that know that this is gonna happen. It's like basically like The Rock, Roman Reigns, and maybe not even Roman Reigns. It's probably just like The Rock and like Vince McMahon are like basically the only people that know that this actually is gonna happen, because they can't let anyone else know. Because if it gets leaked, then it's not as big as it could have been. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. Any other predictions? WrestleMania, dude. Like I said, this is a big sports season, and I mean, there's a lot of just I don't know. There's a lot of big stuff going on, right? A lot of big sports names. You know, big big sports events.
A girl from my area just
That's
signed.
right. Yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
A girl from my area just signed. She's a basketball player for Youngstown State,
Yeah.
and she just signed for like next line, like WWE contract.
Yeah, nah, that's pretty cool. I like that actually. It's
And I
kinda
was
cool what
telling
they
you
do.
this off podcast that one of my buddies who I used to watch WWE with all the time,
Yeah.
was telling me that one of his friends that he grew up, or that he worked at a church with,
Mhm.
left working at the church to go pursue being in the WWE, and he's training with Seth Rollins right now.
Which is pretty lit. I mean, that's a big name. That's like a huge name, bro. That's not like someone small.
Yeah, no, that's like one of the biggest names
That's like
active.
Basically, yeah. Especially in WWE. I mean, not just in WWE. Like that's one of the biggest wrestling names in general. But
Yeah.
shall we get into it? In the
Yeah,
theme of
sure.
having a bunch of big sports events around this year, we decided to do another good old draft, baby. We got some surf versus turf. Sports edition. Yeah, baby. Always gotta get
Your
that.
voice, it
Always
doesn't
gotta get
happen in the
that.
podcast, but your voice gets a little bit altered when you play the music.
Rip.
So I can tell when you're playing the music.
Imagine. Anyways, surf versus turf. We're doing what? Greatest sports events is what we're gonna do it. I think I will say that I lost last time. So
Oh, for sure.
do we want to do loser gets first pick, or do you want to just rock paper scissors to make it fair?
We
We can rock paper
winner
scissors.
get first pick?
What'd you say?
Wouldn't winner get first pick?
No. The winner of the Super Bowl get first draft?
True.
Bruh, come on. We can do a rock, paper, scissors. Or we need to here. I'm gonna flip a coin. Oh crap. I wish I was sharing my screen because I'd just flip a coin. We could both see it. I'll roll a dice. I'll do gentlemen's. Like you gotta trust me. Come on.
Oh yeah, I got you.
I'll roll a dice. What do you want? Odds or even?
Even.
Oh, you got it. Dang it. Bruh.
I don't know what I'm gonna take first overall. There's so many good ones.
Okay, I pulled up my list. Major sports events. Jimmy's number one pick.
The biggest one in America or the biggest one in the world?
I will tell you right now, whichever one you don't pick is the one that I'm going to pick. Because I'm pretty well, I know obviously I know what the biggest one in America is, but I guess you could kind of say maybe there's two for the world.
Oh dang. One of them is the one I didn't think you'd have.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to go with the Super Bowl.
You're going to go with the Super Bowl. Jimmy, first round pick, the Super Bowl. That's a good one. Honestly, you're right. It's the most popular in America. I mean, by far. So much popular, like the one that I'm gonna pick is like you can watch the Super Bowl free anywhere. Like you don't have to have cable or like Netflix or like anything. You can go to CBS or NBC or whatever it is and just watch it for free.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can watch the Super Bowl 100% for free. Yes, you do not have to have cable. You have to have internet, but I mean, who doesn't have internet? Like, come on. But this one, you have to have like some kind of streaming service. And I'm picking the Olympics.
That is not the one I was going with.
Really?
That's the one I wasn't sure you were going to take.
Oh, you were going to go with the other one.
Give me the World Cup, baby.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Dude, especially this year, I don't think the Olympics got that much hype.
I don't think it did.
But
because
the World Cup is like major, like for everybody, you know?
So I did that based on the reason why I picked the Olympics is based on longevity. Because the Olympics has been happening for decades. I mean, you can say that the Olympics was happening for like centuries, like even back in like the day, like with like stuff like that. But you know, officially it's only probably been on for like a century, but that's why I went with the Olympics. The World Cup is like a little more streamlined in recent years.
One of the reasons I was picked the World Cup, and I was considering that over the Super Bowl, is me and my dad had an argument about it. And like literally half the world, like 4 billion people watch the World Cup.
Which is crazy. Which, I mean, I agree that the World Cup is definitely up there. That's the other one.
This year, FIFA estimated 3.5 billion people watched. Oh, wait, that was the matches in 2018. Mm-hmm. The viewership was 5.4 billion for the World Cup.
Oh, dang. That's a lot.
Given like the Super Bowl.
That's a lot, bro.
The Super Bowl is 99 million.
That's a lot. 99 million. Dang, bro.
Compared to 5 billion.
Yeah, well, I mean, Super Bowl is just American, but you have to think 99 million out of what? There's 300 million. That's a third of the United States.
Well, the World Cup is over half the world.
Which is, I'm saying, like, it's impressive. No, I agree. It is impressive. But, like, also, but with the World Cup, does that number factor in anyone that's watched one game?
I think that's what it is.
So, like, that's not as impressive as, like, literally, like, 3 hours of a Super Bowl.
But we looked up, like, World Cup, like, finals, and it was still
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. World Cup finals probably would have a lot of people. But
2 billion people watched the Olympics in 2022.
oh yeah, that's not near as many. But like I said, I was trying to go with longevity of like, hey,
No,
like
yeah, I see where you're
the
coming
Olympics
from.
has been around for like ever, basically.
But I got my top 2. Olympics was probably gonna be my 3 or 4.
Oh
I don't think it was
really?
gonna go that early.
Yeah, I was debating on World Cup or Olympics. But again, Olympics, I wanted to put that because just longevity and stuff, you know.
Yep.
This one's a little out of character. I'm gonna think that it would go a little later, but I'm gonna do it now just because of the topic. I am gonna take WrestleMania. Just because I think WrestleMania is the biggest. It's the biggest when it comes to like fighting stuff like that. Like it's the most well known. Like there's no like UFC like well known like thing. Like UFC's like kind of goes like with UFC 240 or whatever, you know, whatever. So when it comes to like wrestling, like fighting that kind of stuff, WrestleMania, I believe, is probably the most well known and like
Yeah.
most advertised, if you will. Might not have the most viewership, but it's pretty well known. Like if you went to someone and was like, "Hey, you know what WrestleMania is?" They're probably like, "I've heard of it. It's where they wrestle," you know.
Or I watched it when I was a kid.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But
Number 3 for Jimmy.
I had WrestleMania at the bottom of my list because I was like, it's probably not gonna fall to me where I want to take it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I'm gonna take March Madness.
March Madness is a good one. I didn't have that on my list. Which
That was the one that I was like, I was gonna say it, but I was like, nah, he might take it if I say it.
I have different. So I didn't. Well, March Madness is actually a really good one. I'm not gonna lie. Probably the most popular when it comes to college sports.
Oh yeah, do you know how many people
Easily.
take off like
Easily the most popular.
that Thursday and
Yeah.
Friday?
Easily the most
Between
popular.
that first Thursday and Friday, there are 32 basketball games.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
16 games a day, starting from noon.
Easily the most popular when it comes to
And you know, how many people in America? How many people do brackets?
oh,
You know, you don't even really watch college basketball, but I'm
So
sure you've done a
many.
bracket.
so many people bracket. Yeah, that was a good one. For my third one, I'm torn between two. I think I have my 3, but I'm torn between which one I want to put first versus second. And I think I'm going to put, and I didn't realize these were different things because I'm not like a huge like person when it comes to this, but I was gonna put the Masters.
Ooh.
Probably the biggest golf tournament when it comes to golf. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, if you like golf, you know what the Masters is. I can't say I've ever watched the Masters, maybe like randomly. But it's big in golf, and I really think that just like how the Masters holds up against other sports is different because there's not like golf is just one of those unique sports where it's like it's a one-man show, you know, it's not a team.
I did a poll in college where we like all picked like a draft of golfers and like you were like it went off of how well they did the Masters.
Yeah.
That's a really good pick. That's a pick I wouldn't even thought of.
Masters.
And that makes me question the rest of my list. Like
the Masters.
There's one that I want to take, but it's not as good as another one on the list, but I thought you would have taken that other one by now.
You think? I have 2 more, and I think maybe one of them is what you're thinking. Possibly.
But
number 4.
So
Jimmy's contemplating life about what he should do.
Because I just added I added 2 more to my list, and I only have 2 picks left.
Dang,
and
bro.
I still have 4 on my list. But you went out and took at least one that wasn't on my list.
Oh, the Masters.
Yeah.
I've
But
I have two
I thought
more.
you were gonna take more off of my list.
I have two. The two that I'm gonna do at the end. I think you might actually be thinking of one of them. I really think you are.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go with. I actually don't know the name of the event.
Bruh.
Is it Wimbledon? Is that like
Oh,
the name
Wimbledon.
Is that the name of the event, or is that just where it's held?
Isn't that tennis? Yeah, Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Wimbledon for tennis is part of the Grand Slam of tennis.
Okay. Oh, I just added another one for me. Dang.
Bruh.
But
You can take the whole. Yeah. Wimbledon. That's a good one.
and I always get Wimbledon and Wembley confused.
Wembley. What is Wembley?
Wembley's a big stadium in England. It's where it's a soccer stadium, but I believe that's also where Queen performed at Live Aid.
Really? Interesting. Nah, tennis is big over in Europe. Like people love tennis.
Yeah, so I'll take Wimbledon.
You'll take Wimbledon. I'm actually gonna take. I was gonna take the other one first, but since we're in Europe, I think I'm gonna take the Tour de France.
And you didn't take the one I was kind of hoping you take.
I'm pretty sure we have the same one. I'm not gonna lie. But
I know I'm gonna take it just.
No, bro, don't spite me. I'm taking Tour de France as 4.
No, I'm giving you the better one, I think.
Oh, wait, okay, we'll talk about it after. I gotta take in your.
So I think and it might just be because of where we grew up.
Okay. I know exactly what you're gonna take, bro.
And I was hoping you take the other one. Like the not Little League.
Oh.
I'm gonna take the Little League World Series.
Oh, dang, that's a good one. Yeah, I wasn't thinking of that one actually.
But I was like, can I take the Little League World Series with the World Series still being there? But I thought for sure you would have taken the World Series.
No, I didn't take the World Series. You're taking the Little League World Series. No, that's a good one, dude. I mean,
you got hyped through the World Series this year, so I thought, oh, he'll take the World Series in the top 4.
Dude, nah, bro.
Didn't think you were gonna pull up the Masters and Tour de France.
The Little League World Series. I mean, that's the epitome of like teenage sports, like young teenagers.
Yeah, it's just like it adds like a cool dynamic to it.
Yeah, because
and we grew up in Pennsylvania, not that far from.
Oh yeah, from what's it called?
What's played?
Yeah,
so,
Williamsport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you ever been?
No, I haven't.
I
I've
always
watched
wanted
it.
to go, and the year that my dad dropped me off for college, drove back home, picked up my brother, and took him to the World Series.
Oh my gosh. That's kind of funny.
World Series.
Like a slap in the face, basically. My last one, and what I thought you were gonna say, because you said like, "Oh, it's like big in our like hometown," and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna say it," but you didn't actually. You chose Little League World Series, and maybe this is what the other one you were thinking of, possibly, maybe, possibly. As my 5th pick, I'm gonna take the Daytona 500, baby.
That was one of the ones I was thinking of,
bro. I mean, yeah, we did grow.
And when you say Grand Slam, I was thinking Kentucky Derby.
Oh, Kentucky Derbies. Oh, that's a pretty good one too, actually.
Honorable mention college football playoffs, championship, bowl games.
Yeah.
As far as that one didn't go. World Series.
The regular World Series, yeah, of course.
NBA Finals.
I had the NBA Finals on my list.
People are gonna hate that we picked Little League World Series over the NBA Finals, college football.
But
Yeah.
like, I think everything we picked is more of a broad thing. Like the Tour de
Yeah.
France is like huge in Europe, like absolutely huge, and like same with Wimbledon, and like college March Madness, like easily the biggest college sports event outside of, or no, it is the biggest college sports event. Like it's bigger than college football championship. I mean, it's just big.
Yeah.
And yeah, that this one's pretty close.
And I would say the college March Madness is more popular than the NBA Finals.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'd agree. I mean, this isn't. Sorry, guys, this isn't a sports podcast. We talk about sports a lot, though.
I don't watch sports.
I don't watch sports. Yeah, look at your freaking background. What do you think? Who do you think had it? I mean, you had a strong first two picks, and my first two picks were like, oh, they were okay. They were good, but you know. But I think I rounded out my bench.
Strong.
What'd you say?
I would say my first three are pretty strong.
What was the third one?
March Madness.
Oh, March Madness. Oh yeah, your first three were pretty good. My first three were, your first three were good, like very good. My first three were, they were there. But I feel like my bench is more all around just there. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would say we were more even this time.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh. You blew me out of the water last time. That was bad, bro. That was
put in the comments. Let us know.
Yeah, put it in the comments.
Who do you think won?
Yeah. No, and give us ones that we missed, because I'm sure there's definitely ones we missed. I'm
Follow
positive.
us on Instagram. Maybe I'll throw up a poll on our story.
An actual poll, yeah.
Be like, hey, here's our teams. Who do you think won?
Speaking of that, I think it would be awesome, like, if this podcast got like big enough that like we could put polls out on like Twitter and like Instagram, like people would answer them. Even if it's only like 50 people, like good golly, like that's enough to like be marginable where I could like be like, hey Jimmy, what do you think our viewers said to the question, does Jimmy like toe fungus? Like, yes or no? Like, I think that would be cool, but we got to get there.
Hey, go follow. It's right now it's Uneven Shrimp.
Maybe we'll change it.
Maybe I'll change it to Surf and Turf. But we'll throw the link in the description.
Yeah. I think that about wraps it up for us, Jimmy. We're pretty deep in.
What?
I don't have anything else to say. Enjoy your week, fellas. Jimmy, enjoy your week. And we'll see you here next week with the Super Bowl. Because this is going to air next week. And then, yeah.
Well, the Super Bowl's not next week.
Yeah, but the one we record next week will be the Super Bowl weekend. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we said too much. That's